Hi, I'm Nikki Doherty, brand ambassador at Efficacy.
I'm Jay Bachmayer, growth strategist at Efficacy.
Welcome to our first podcast. And we're going to talk about financial institution marketing. Right, Jay?
Can't wait. Let's do this.
It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to kick it off today, Jay, with who doesn't love pizza? Do you like pizza?
I love pizza.
Oh my God. What are your favorite toppings on your pizza?
I'm a meat lovers fan, truly. But I do like, the buffalo chickens. I do like the chicken parmesans. I'm a bit of a fancy guy when it comes to pizza.
You are fancy, Jay. I'm going to give you that. You are fancy. Well, I just discovered cauliflower crust. Have you ever tried that?
I think I did, but the place that we had it cosed recently, so I've only had it once.
Shoot, it's good and it's healthy, and I'm with you with like chicken, artichokes, pesto, all the fancy things, all the healthy things.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the other day, most everybody's like standard pizza, pepperoni, cheese. And you know me, always thinking marketing all the time, all FI. And as you look around at some of those advertisements for financial institutions, it seems to me that they use a lot of pepperoni and cheese.
Yeah, you think so, huh?
I do. In fact, I was looking around at a few ads, and there was this beautiful blue house stock image that I saw on like 10 different ads when we were looking around at some financial institutions across the country. And I thought, man, they could use some artichokes. They could use some chicken or pesto, maybe a different crust.
Yeah, for sure. It's very easy for bank marketing to become the cheese pizza, right? Everybody's using the same stock imagery. You can spot it a mile away. There's just not a lot of flavor in their promotions, you could say.
Flavor. That's a good one.
Yep.
So as I talk to my FI marketing friends, how can we hand them spices? Give them a little flavor. Zhoosh it up a little bit.
Zhoosh it up?
Well,
I think the critical component, if we're gonna go with cooking, is which I'm not a big cooker, by the way.
I'll guide you through it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be struggle busing this, but
okay.
I think every financial institution and brand needs to find their topping, right? What's the 2 or 3 things that make them absolutely unique and distinguished? And that's the topping, that's the lead in on their pizza, right? You need cheese, you need pepperoni, you need to have the supportive ingredients. It needs to be there. But I think in specifically the financial industry, a lot of banks and credit unions seem to not know what their leading topping is.
Yeah. Their niche per se, their special sauce kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of it is probably just really about not knowing maybe their audience, right? Or they're trying to be too broad with their audience appeal. Everybody will eat cheese pizza, but not everybody likes cheese pizza, right? So the issue is that they're always serving up cheese pizza because they want to hit as many folks as possible. But then the missed opportunity is that they're trying to hit everybody as possible, and they serve up cheese pizza.
Absolutely. No, I get that. That's kind of like we lovingly refer to as maybe that one message spray and pray kind of, that you're going to target the right person at the right time. Instead of like really diving into their core, taking that data, using a CRM maybe too, to where like I've gotten things from my FI after I just wrote an auto loan, and like 3 months later, they're like, hey, have you thought about us for an auto loan? And I was like, is my auto loan still there? Did you sell it? Like, where is it at? Because I feel like you should know that I have an auto loan with you.
Right. Huge disconnect there between what you would assume as a consumer that your bank knows about you and then what they're actually communicating. And in that case, I think the advice that we always give our clients is like, don't do that, right? Like, don't do an auto promotion to the people who have auto loans. And if you're not sure in your data set, then have a couple different services listed so that you're not just getting to that like miscommunication point of where your consumers believe one thing that they think you should know about them and you actually don't. Um,
Exactly.
so yeah, I think that's some good points. And I think one thing that's interesting is, and I'll kind of take this along the food theme is, there's nothing wrong with cheese pizza if you see somebody self-indulging in a lot of cheese pizza, but it's not necessarily that their brand isn't working. It's that it's almost like it's a cry for help, right? It's like, help me, save me from myself. I'm eating too much cheese pizza. I need some flavor in my life, right? Need to go to Flavor Town. So
Yeah, add some of those spices in there. Exactly, exactly.
that's right. And I think, the critical point, we kind of talked about it, and this is just really true with any kind of brand marketing and how we look at it is just you got to know your audiences. You got to know who you're talking to, what is that value proposition, what is your special ingredients, how is that going to look, how is it going to taste, right? Um,
Hmm.
and then how do you actually roll that out to your audiences? Because I do think the biggest pitfall is, and we even see it, you have banks and credit unions who are in a very competitive market space. They're competing against 20, 30 others in certain areas and instances. And that's not even on like the national brand or on the national scale, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, just now imagine that all 20 of those bank and credit unions are all trying to say the same basic message to everybody at all times. And then they wonder why they don't have a lot of effective um, campaign performance. They're not getting the new customers that they were hoping for, especially now they're not getting the deposits that they need to continue their loan cycles, right?
Right.
Um, and that's like the issue is it's so comfortable to go to cheese pizza. It's so easy to fall into the default and just try to get as many people as possible. I just need to get as many people as possible. But we all know that, if everybody is getting as many messages as possible, then your chance of really penetrating your audience, of really getting into the mind share of your consumer so much lower because you're spreading all of your limited funds across a huge group of people instead of really just honing it in and targeting specific audiences, specific users, specific platforms, and trying to promote your pizza that way.
I just love how you broke that down, Jay. It makes so much sense too. It's like that blue house that I see on everything, right? If you're not talking about your own special sauce, your own ingredients, you look and sound and taste like everybody else. And so
Yeah,
how are consumers or possible members and customers supposed to be like, this is the best pizza ever? Like, love it because wholeheartedly your marketing, your relationships, you want to develop so that you have a million brand advocates out there for your FI and that are just screaming like, go eat pizza here. Do your
yeah,
finances here. They take such good care of you here. And that's
yeah.
really what you want, right?
Absolutely. I think, it's critical,
Hmm.
because I do believe that a lot of, FIs have a good experience. They have a good consumer experience. People walk in the door, they're greeted right away, right? They're taken care of. They have nice waiting areas. Like as an industry, the game has been stepped up in that aspect, but it's so hard to get people in the door and excited when you're out on the seats selling a slice of vanilla cheese pizza, right? They don't get a chance to cultivate the flavors of the internal experience because you're serving them with sort of the bland of the bland to get them in the door, right? It should almost be the other way around, if anything, right? You should hook them with the free sample that's like this crazy pizza, and then they get into the door and they're like, okay, well that wasn't quite the delivery, but obviously you want to match both. But on the promotion side, you just got to have, something that's unique and different and interesting to get people in the door, because that's where the real experience happens, right? I mean, we've all been to a dozen banks in our life now,
Mm-hmm.
and what really keeps us sticky with a bank or credit union is the experience in the doors. Once you get somebody in the doors, kind of the marketing falls aside, right? Because it's all about the experience now.
Correct.
So it's just interesting that everybody tries so hard to serve the best cheese pizza to get people in the door, and they can't experience the actual, the dining area, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? Like when I think about that too, my suggestion would be to FIs is like the bar is pretty low, right? Once you get in, once you eat that pizza and stuff like that. So the things that they can do to sauce it up, add their flavor, isn't crazy things that they need to do. It's like one step, creating your internal brand advocates, taking it a next service step, promoting that next product, really working with the person and getting to knowing them, plus developing your CRM system really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're right on the money with that. So,
Perfect.
God,
Well, now
it's a
I'm
shame.
hungry for pizza, Jay.
Hey, it's a shame it's only breakfast because I'm getting kind of hungry for pizza, but definitely
I,
not cheese pizza.
I just might DoorDash you a big, juicy egg pizza this morning. How's that sound?
Oh my gosh, breakfast pizza is actually pretty good because it's just different than anything else you normally have, right? At night, you get the heavy meats or you get the
Yeah.
chicken. Like, technically, you could probably have breakfast pizza at any time, but
Totally.
it's so unique to have that in the morning.
Yeah. Well, if your doorbell rings, answer it, Jay. Know that I'm thinking of you this morning.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Gosh, I would appreciate that.
Well, thanks for talking pizza with me. Thanks about talking about secret sauce. And to you guys out there, thanks for listening. And let us know if you have a secret sauce at your FI, or if you want some help finding that secret sauce. We'd be happy to help. We'll
Yeah,
see
that
you.
would be great. See
Yeah.
ya.
Bye, guys.